The Pennsy would have many interesting locomotives on its roster, from the S1, the longest single unit engine in history, to the GG ones, but none are probably more unique than the Baldwin Centipedes. These locomotives would begin life in 1945 as two prototypes, numbered 6000A and 6000B, and were built as showcase engines to show off Baldwin's diesel designs to potential buyers, one of which would be the Pennsylvania Railroad, seemingly the home for lunatic designs. When the engines arrived by July 1948, a total of 24 had been built for high-speed passenger services on the PRR's main line. The A and B units were semi-permanently coupled together via a hinge joint, meaning that they were some of the longest engines in history at 27.89 meters long. The nickname Centipede came from the wheel arrangement, which under the white notation was designated as a 4884, similar to the UP Big Boys, with each unit having 12 axles in a nearly unbroken chain, similar to the legs of a centipede. Despite looking iconic with their colossal and intimidating appearance, they were highly problematic in service due to them being the first road diesels that Baldwin had built, and using inadequate techniques from their steam practices. One of the more well-known problems was the way the wiring was done, with the internal circuits passing through metal conduits, which was exactly how it was in a steam locomotive. Due to these outdated building techniques and Baldwin's lack of experience when building diesels, it is no surprise that they were classed as obsolete even during construction, as EMD would build the highly successful EMD FT series, of which 555A units and 541B units were built from 1939 to 1945, with the F3s beginning construction in 1947. As a result, the Centipedes were placed on heavy freight trains in the late 1950s, as more reliable express engines were built and bought years earlier, such as the EMD E7 EP20s and E8 EP22s, which were far less powerful but were easier to maintain and run. When the 1960s rolled around, the class was finally withdrawn from the Pennsy by 1963, with no members surviving. The legacy left by the Centipedes would epitomize Baldwin's attempts at trying to survive in the new and hastily expanding diesel market, but no matter what they tried, it never worked, and they would be absorbed by the Lima-Hamilton Corporation in September 1951 to become Baldwin Lima-Hamilton, or BLH. In the lifespan of the company, they would be seen as the kings of steam, with an impressive list that included Western Maryland 1309. However, they would also be crowned as the most embarrassing diesel builder in American history. But do you think this class could have ever worked if built by a company like EMD or Lima, or do you think it was doomed from the start? If you want to contribute, then leave your answer in the comments.